Prima chiamata per raggiungere la camera di chiamata per il last briefing. Grazie. Before start, let's present the official. Presentazione degli ufficiali gara per questa prima tappa della European Aquatics Open Water Cup 2024. The chief referee is il giudice arbitro è Biljana Majnovic from Serbia, dalla Serbia.
Very good morning, swimming fans, and welcome here. It's leg one of our European Aquatics Open Water Cup from Piombino, Italy, and it is a gorgeous Saturday morning. If you're joining us watching on our European Aquatics live stream from throughout Italy or the world, we're about to get underway here, and it really is a gorgeous day. As we can see our swimmers in marshalling now, and won't be too far away from a start in our opening round of our European Aquatics Open Water Cup. And it is a big season coming up, that's for sure. And starting here in Piombino, Italy. Of course, we have the European Aquatic Championships coming up in Belgrade, Serbia, mid next month. And then our Open Water Cup series continues into Barcelona. Then a little break there for the big one, the Olympic Games in Paris, and then on to Macedonia, Serbia, and Croatia for our final rounds. But it all starts here in Piombino, Italy. Kurt Hansen joining you in commentary, and you can see here is this gorgeous, quiet coastal commune here in Tuscany on the west coast, and probably just about 2 hours southwest of Florence. And it is just an absolute postcard picture day here. They love the wine, of course, in Tuscany, and they also love the water. And while summer still might be officially a month away, it really is a picturesque spring Saturday here. Sunshine is the order of the day, and a temperature probably in around 22-degree mark this morning, and set to heat up a little bit. And that water temperature, a beautiful 19.3 degrees here in the Tyrrhenian Sea. You can see here Piombino as the gateway to the islands of the Tuscan archipelago. All things getting ready to go. And well, what we have on the program today is here at our Open Water Cup 10 kilometre, our Olympic distance, and some very strong fields coming your way in both the men's and women's competition. I said, a huge season coming up. Doesn't get any bigger than this. Olympic countdown is on, just on 70 days away. But before all eyes turn to Paris, and plenty of Olympic stars and World Championship stars in action today as well. Men will be up first, and big names to look out for. Marc-Antoine Oliver of France, bronze medalist at the Rio Olympics back in 2016, was runner-up at the World Championships early this year in Doha. Italy's own, the veteran in Domenico Acerenza, was fourth at the World Championships last year in Fukuoka. Matan Rodidi of Israel was fourth in this 10-kilometre event, the Tokyo Olympics there in 2021. And another youngster to look out for, Hector Pardo of Great Britain, bronze medalist early this year at the World Championships in Doha as well. Just a gorgeous day we have coming up. Racing scheduled to get underway in around about 25 minutes' time. I said the men will head off first, and then followed by the women 5 minutes later. And this women's field is absolutely all-star packed, and headlined by the world number one in German Leonie Beck, world champion from Fukuoka last year, and she'll be joined by the current Olympic champion in Brazilian Ana Marcela Cunha, Spain silver medal winner from the World Championships in Doha earlier this year, in Maria de Valdez Alvarez. So 3 world-class women's 10-kilometre competitors going head-to-head. Throwing the likes of Olas there of Hungary, was 4th at the Olympics in Tokyo. Veteran in Italian Rachel Bruni as well. Silver medalist from the Rio Olympics. So some great fields to start us off. Opening leg of this European Aquatics Open Water Cup. As I said, could not have asked for better conditions here this morning. And start to make out the course there as well. We'll take you through that. It'll be 6 laps of our course here in Piombino. Said such a big summer coming up. Off the back of COVID, 3 years has gone so quick, and who would have thought if it looks good online, then it is even better here. It's absolutely gorgeous Saturday morning to get us started. And just 20 minutes away, so settle in here on your Saturday. Well, might be very early in the morning, depending on where you're watching. You can just see the finishing chute here. Piombino, safety crews through their final briefings. And good news as well, not just for European Aquatics, but for open water swimming. Big fields in our first leg of competition. 81 competitors in this men's 10-kilometre race coming up. And there'll be 56 in the women's competition. And so that men's competition scheduled for a race start at 9:30 local time. Just over 20 minutes away, so got plenty of time to settle in, get sorted, and then the women will take off 5 minutes after that. 10-kilometre race. This elite level looking around that 2-hour mark. Plenty of nervous swimmers. Getting ready for their introduction shortly, and no wetsuits today either. That water temperature. Very nice 19.3 degrees. And a great little crowd building here in Piombino. And plenty of nations represented as well. Obviously, the host nation, Italy, with big turnout. 27 Italians in the men's field, 1/3 of the race. But I guess the big news here, no Gregorio Paltrinieri today. The Rio Olympic champion, the 1500, of course, bronze medalist in this 10K in Tokyo. Choosing not to race in this one, but his Italian teammate, Domenico Assarenza, is going to be a big chance, you'd think, today. 29-year-old. Had a big victory in that Open Water World Cup opening round in Egypt back in March. The veterans are all into it. Obviously throwing the likes of Olivier as well. Introductions coming up very shortly for our huge men's field. Like I said, 81 swimmers in total. So, swimmers up the top will come in their intros, and the big walk down the steps. If you've just joined us, very good morning. Welcome here. Our opening leg of the European Aquatics Open Water Cup. And 10-kilometre men's field. Just getting introduced now, and said massive field. 81 swimmers in total. And almost picture perfect conditions.
Number 10 representing Italy, Andrea D'Agostino. Number 11 representing Ireland, Ronan Fahey. The number 12 bronze Olympic medalist in Rio 2016 representing France, Marc-Antoine Olivier. With the number 13,
it's a big Italian contingency here in home waters.
representing Poland, Bartosz Kabala. With the number 15 representing Spain, Mario Mendez-Luga.
Start to make their way down the red carpet. The nations represented: France, Italy, Hungary, Slovakia, Ireland, Netherlands, Poland, Spain, Switzerland, Czechia, Germany, Turkey, and then visitors from outside Europe as well, including Japan. From Mexico as well. And one of the biggest field we've ever seen assembled here in Piombino. I think now that over 80 swimmers just in this men's race alone. It's just a testament to the growing popularity of open water swimming throughout the world.
Number 34 representing Ireland, Darach Organ. Number 35 representing France, Emile Mesmac.
They start to march down the red carpet now. And said out of these 80-plus swimmers, this men's 10-kilometre race so commence in 15 minutes' time. Those standouts. Really is a battle here. You'd think of the veterans. Said Domenica Assarenza of Italy, now 29 years of age. It's just so consistent. Silver medalist at the World Championships back in Budapest in 2022. Was 4th in Fukuoka last year. Was 7th in Doha at the World Championships earlier this year. Marc-Antoine Olivier. Can't believe that 28 returns next month. Going back, 8 years now. He's a 20-year-old winning that bronze medal at the Rio Olympics. Backed it up with a 6th placing in Tokyo. And then has come again, the French veteran, silver medalist in the 10K, the World Championships in Doha earlier this year, and with the home Olympics as well. Just so much motivation for Olivier to put in a big season, and that starts right here in Piombino. Said we've got visitors from outside of Europe as well. Tashin Minamide of Japan was 13th at the Olympics. The experience of Senzulo of Italy as well. He turns 31 next month. He was 14th in Tokyo 3 years ago. And we said the youngsters and the next generation of open water stars, headlined by this British 23-year-old. And Hector Pardo kind of showed what he could do at the World Championships last year, where he was 10th in Fukuoka, and then this year stepped it up. Huge podium finish with the bronze medal in Doha, those World Championships. And also the 25-year-old, the consistency of the Israeli in Matan Rodziti. Just missed the podium there in Tokyo, where he finished 4th at the Olympics. And then consistent at the World Championships, was 8th in Fukuoka last year, 10th in Doha in January. So you think those few would really lead the way. So with the Olympics just 70 days away, and a couple of big names no doubt will be looking on with interest. The German duo Florian Wellbrook, Olli Clement, and so consistent, so too Hungarian Krzysztof Rozowski. Probably the Italian Guglielmo Paltrinieri as well. Those 4 not racing today, but still a big field, and don't get much bigger than Domenico Assarenza. It's on the screen there, and Adam Roz there, the number 22 from Poland, closest to screen. So the crowd piling in Piombino. And from the men to the women, they do their introductions. And the men's field today, solid, strong. But this women's field is absolute world class. And so excited to see some big showdowns.
World champion in Fukuoka 23. Gold medalist at the European Championships of 2022 Israel representing Germany, with the number 112. She is the Olympic champion representing.
He's saying there, the number 1 open water swimmer in the world for the women in Leonie Beck, and then coming up against the Olympic champ, Ana Marcela Cunha of Brazil. Take a look at it. Beck, of course, won the world title in Fukuoka last year, automatic qualifier for the Paris Olympics, was 5th in Tokyo, the Games back in 2021. Cunha for Brazil, veteran now, 32 years of age, current Olympic champion in this 10-kilometre, and then 3rd at the World Championships in 2022, was 5th in 23 and 4th earlier this year as well, so she's still got it. What others look out for? Jouisse there of France, was 7th at the World Championships earlier this year. Italian veteran in Rachel Bruni, silver medalist from the Rio Olympics back in 2016. The Italians, so much depth. Ginevra Taducci, a 27-year-old, 6th at the World Championships last year. Oceane Cassigaud of France there, 10th at the World Championships earlier this year. Start to see the men starting to get ready to go. Race start just under 10 minutes time.
with the number 135 representing Turkey, with the number 136 representing Italy.
Women's intros keep coming. I said also another one to look out for today, 25-year-old Spaniard in Maria de Valdez Alvarez, silver medalist from the World Championships in Qatar in January. And more visitors from Japan as well. Bina was 11th at the World Championships in Doha as well. Great to see some of these competitors from outside of Europe coming here to European Aquatics Open Water Cup, and why not in an Olympic year get as much race practice as possible against best competitors in the world. It's the final introductions of these last few competitors in the women's race. $55 women in total to go head to head. So good numbers in the women's race as well. 55 women, 81 men. Big fields here. 10-kilometre showdowns.
156 representing Italy, Giulia Salin.
And the women's race will start 5 minutes after the men's, so the men's set to get underway in just on 8 minutes' time. You can see that official start lists for the men's competition. Said big fields there. France, Marc-Antoine Olivier, definitely one to look out for. Minamide there of Japan. And they keep coming down the bottom of the page there. Hector Pardo, spoken about. Current World Championship bronze medal winner in Doha. Matan Raditi of Israel. Again, another one to look out for today. 4th at the Olympics in Tokyo. But certainly a sight to see on the starting pontoon. 81 swimmers. Kozubek of Czechia finishing it off. You can see here from the top. If you've just joined us, a very good morning. Welcome here to Piombino, Italy. Leg 1 of the European Aquatics Open Water Cup and its men's 10-kilometre race. It's about 5 minutes away from a race start. 81 competitors in total set to hit this course. Water temperature here, 19.3 degrees Celsius. Tyrrhenian Sea. And this gorgeous, quiet coastal commune of Tuscany. Here on the west coast of Italy. And plenty of nerves, no doubt, on the line. First big race of the season.
Piazza Boli, riusciamo a far partire l'applauso del pubblico di Piombino.
Lovely setting here as well in Piombino, where all the fans can stand up the top and have a look down. You can get an idea of the shots there. Fans, handlers as well. And look at the start. Beautiful bird's eye view. Safety boats there. Just moments away from a start here. First leg of the European Aquatics Open Water Cup, and what is set to be a huge season. It's commencing here in Piombino today, and then just under a month away, the European Aquatic Championships in Belgrade in Serbia. And head to round 2 in Barcelona in Spain at the end of June. then take a break as all eyes and focus turn to the Olympic Games in Paris, where those open water competitions, the men's 10 kilometre in the Seine on August 8th, the women will be on August 9th. And then our European Aquatics Open Water Cup continues. Final 3 rounds. Ohrid, North Macedonia at the end of August. And then final few rounds to finish out the summer. Round 4 in Belgrade in Serbia. And round 5 in Razanac in Croatia in September. So 6 laps of our course today. Head out, big square course. I'll be keeping those orange cans to the right, but straight off the start, I'll be heading straight towards that far orange can. It's just the safety at the start, trying to break the field up as much as possible before they have to undertake any major turns. I said, one to look out for here, you're thinking as a Renza of Italy, of his consistency. Olivier of France, 2 veterans, 29 and 28 years of age, respectively. And then the youngsters, the likes of Pardew of Great Britain, just 23 years of age. Rodidi of Israel, 25. Anyone out of those
3 minutes to start.
top 4, you'd think. Be very interesting. And a lot of competitors with minimal experience as well. And this is why so impressive, the European Aquatics Open Water Cup. It's a great opportunity for the youngsters to get race experience. International race experience as well. And when you can come to a place like Piombino in these kind of conditions, and why not? And summer is off to an early start here in Italy. Said the women's race will be into the water 5 minutes after the men's start. The biggest 2 minutes before the race starts. It's a massive field, 81 swimmers from Europe and beyond. And so it should be on this gorgeous coastal setting. So Piombino, just like 2 hours southwest of Florence here on the Italian west coast. Tuscany. Where else would you rather be on this Saturday morning? Always at the start. Can't win it at the start, but you can certainly get yourself in some trouble, and you just want to get off to a clean start, get away from the pack as much as possible. Don't want to have to expel any excess energy at the start. Getting caught up with other swimmers in the washing machine. It's nice to a nice positive start. Get away, get in some clean water and start getting into your work. The race should be around 2 hours.
Attenzione regia a togliere la musica per la partenza. Mancano 30 secondi. 30 seconds.
Under a minute away. Race start. Look at that field. It's going to be on here from the start. A gorgeous drone shots as well. Well, about to be in the starters' hands. Men's race here. Leg 1 of the European Aquatics Open Water Cup from Piombino. And it goes and into the water and racing. The European Aquatics Open Water Cup, leg 1 underway. And that men's 10 kilometre hits the water. And the pace off the start already electric. 81 competitors from throughout Europe and beyond hit the water here. Plenty of speed at the front off the start, but 6 laps of our course here in Piombino. And at the start here, it's a straight line almost, heading down to the far turning can or turning buoy. Looks like 3 distinct packs already sorting themselves out. Again, plenty of early energy. And so get into stroke, and it's the key in this conditions as well, just to make sure you line that can up on that first turning buoy. So Great Britain already pushing the pace early. And France right there as well. So it's like Pardo there of Great Britain, aggressive off the start. So to Olivier of France. And from that men's race, we'll catch up with them shortly. We'll have a look at the women's competition now, and headline there, 111 Leonie Beck, current world champion, and Marcela Cunha, current Olympic champion. 2 of the biggest names in women's open water swimming going head-to-head here. Said an absolute all-star cast in this women's competition. .55 competitors in total. Cassignol there of France, 10th at the World Championships last year. Abini of Japan was 11th in Doha at the World Championships in January. I said Maria de Valdez Alvarez as well of Spain, silver medalist from the World Championships earlier this year. So the women's competition said it will be into the water exactly 5 minutes behind the men. Some more gorgeous shots here from Piombino. Starting platform, a little bit more chilled for the women. Maybe 30 or so less competitors. See men's race update now, still heading towards that first orange turning can. To see that yellow arena can, it's just a guidance can. But leaders wasting no time. First of 6 laps, so 2 hours of swimming. Italy and France going stroke for stroke. out in front. Go back. Italy, Great Britain. Further back to Hungary there as well. Just a few seconds away from a race start now for the women's competition. And 55, the best women's open water competitors from Europe and beyond. About to hit the water here. And away and racing, the women are off here. Leg one of our European Aquatics Open Water Cup from Piombino, Italy. And again, much the same. Just want to get off to a clean start and out of the washing machine and trying not to get in any contact with other swimmers and waste unnecessary energy. And much like the men, just pace on from the start really quick and just a bit of nervous energy. I'll do the same course, 6 laps in total, and just that first real long straight stretch at the start. Try and break the field up before that first turning marker. Be right down the far end, but it's an absolute world-class field. Current world number 1 in Leonie Beck and German current world champion from Fukuoka last year, current Olympic champion, Anna Marcela Kuna. And throw in Maria de Valdez Alvarez, silver medalist at World Championships in Doha in January. And already good start, looks like, from France there as well. Caroline Jouisse, Ocean Cassignon, both had good world championships in Doha, finishing 7th and 10th respectively. Pretty tightly bunched, that women's group, as you'd imagine, the early stages, and we'll get a pan out here and an idea of difference in gap between them and the men's competition, but come back to the men's race now. France looking good there as well. France and Italy in the men's competition. Olivier and Acerenza in front of the men's race as they approach this furthest turning buoy. I'll make a right-hand turn here. And again, just need to stay out of trouble here. Big group hitting this buoy at the same time. Get around, not get caught up with other competitors or get caught on the buoy itself. That's the beauty of the lead pack. Oh, in that pack now. Plenty of white water. So they make the turn there at the far end, and they'll have another orange buoy. I'll make a right-hand turn, and bring them all the way back up to the start to complete their first lap. And you can see here, this turning can. Second turning can, right-hand turn it goes. Leader goes through. France looking good. Italy there as well. Again, pack, just trying to stay as close as they can to the leaders. Don't want the leaders to skip away. Plenty of boats in the background. And you can see how far they have to come right back up to the top of the screen to complete their first lap. Said France leading the way ahead of Italy, and said for the Frenchman, Marc-Antoine Olivier. Been so consistent for so long now. Dating all the way back to, the Rio Olympics 8 years ago now, where he was the bronze medalist. Only 28 years of age next month, and with a home Olympics coming up in 70 days' time, just wants to put together a big season, and, well, no reason why he can't be there on the podium in Paris. One of the most consistent men's open water competitors. We saw that at Doha at the World Championships earlier this year, where he was a silver medalist. He was fourth at the World Championships in Budapest back in 2022, and then was sixth. Crazy finish in Tokyo at the Olympics in 21, and really pushing the pace early. And you can see how feeders have come onto the platform as well. And big part of open water racing, getting that nutrition in for our competitors, staying hydrated. And keeping those electrolyte levels at an optimum output. So the handlers, super important job, and draw for position, or random draw for position on the pontoon. Have the cup in their pole, and generally the pole with a flag tied to it as well to identify it. Swimmers know where they are, and it's literally just a grab of the cup, get that fluid in, maybe max 2-3 strokes of backstroke generally, just to keep the momentum going, while one hand swimming backstroke, the other hand just taking in the fluids, and then back on your way for your next lap. So 6 laps in total. Around 10-kilometre event today. Making their way back here to the start to complete lap 1. And 15 minutes in, or 14 minutes plus in this men's competition. Olivier still leading the way for France. Sorenza there in the black cap for Italy. Just don't want to lose touch. We get an understanding of more of the official placings when they come through the timer as well at the end of each lap. Just trying to get into a good rhythm early. Long way to go in this race. Said around about 2 hours should be in total. Men's and women's races both well into their first laps now. Some lovely shots.
You can see the swimmers that are coming back to the pontoon for the first feeding. Potete vedere gli atleti del settore maschile che stanno per completare il primo giro di gara, stanno rientrando verso il pontone dove i tecnici sono già pronti a fornire i rifornimenti. Questo è il primo dei 5 rifornimenti previsti di questa gara.
So this men's field already spread out. Olivier pushing the pace and trying to hurt the rest of the field at the moment and take them out of their comfort zone in this first lap. See a finishing chute there in the foreground. 5 more laps before they can get into that. Approach the feeding platform, which was also the start platform as well, and right-hand turn coming up. And said just important to line up your handler. And see the different techniques, taking on fluids here. So Olivier leads the way. That right-hand turn and then time to find your flag, find the cup, there it is, in they go, 1, 2, yeah, max 2 strokes, backstroke maybe. Get down and keep going. Some swimmers electing not to take on fluids. Interesting decision. But they can definitely mix up the overall rankings. Choose not to take fluids early. So was Acerenza, and now takes the lead for Italy. Velli it was. Oh, there we go. Olivier now officially shouting the veterans. So you just saw there Acerenza with a better changeover. Going through that first lap. I don't think he took on any fluids, so opted not to. 16 minutes in. So look at these gorgeous waters. Lovely shots. Doesn't get much more beautiful than this. And, well, Domenica Acerenza, 29 years of age now, and had a good start back in March. That first round of the World Cup in Egypt where he took the race out. Probably say he's number 2 ranked Italian of Mortosuma behind Paltrineri. But definitely a talent. Silver medalist at the World Championships in Budapest back in 2022 and was 4th in Fukuoka, the World Championships last year. So it was always thereabouts. So the men through their first lap. Spreading out a little bit now. Interesting to see where the women are at. Get an idea of the field, how much they've broken up. After just one lap. Gorgeous conditions here in Piombino. So there's that slight breeze just to cool it down. Sorenza still leading the way. Some good work from Pardo as well. Great Britain in that gold cap. Close to the screen, just on the chase. Sorenza stroking away nicely in front, and so lead three looks like Sorenza in front, and then Pardo of Great Britain having a nice tussle with the veteran in Olivier of France, who was our early leader but stopped just to take on some hydration after that first lap. I said much like F1, if you choose not to take the pit stop and keep going through, you can just open up a little bit of a gap, sometimes a tactical move, but opportunity arises to take on fluid, especially in a 2-hour race. How much that dehydration can affect your performance as it goes on. There's a factor as well you have to weigh up. Back to the women's race though. And Japan with the early lead. Looking very smooth. Ariabina. Italy in seconds. Looks like maybe back to Montenegro there. Lisa Poe was 9th at the World Championships in Doha earlier this year, 24-year-old from Montenegro in 3rd spot at the moment. But really aggressive. Abina of Japan, and great to have our Japanese visitors here as well. European Aquatics Open Water Cup. So really enjoyed about European Aquatics now as well. It's not just from within Europe, really accepting countries that want to come for some race practice, especially in open water. We saw it the under-23s pool competition in Dublin last year, inviting the United States to come and compete as well. The world is definitely getting smaller. International flavour. Great to join us here in these sensational settings. And you can race in spots like this in Piombino. Why wouldn't you want to come? And women coming down to complete their first of 6 laps. Same as the men. Got the handlers here on the platform. Big day for the handlers out there. Double up. And we'll see who takes on fluids here, who chooses not to. Abina of Japan. You see there. Takes the cup down. No. There's a little look up. Trying to find their national flags. Can be hard sometimes, just trying to identify your handler. So you can see there, Abina leading the way for Japan. Po there from Monaco. Sanchez Laura of Spain, and Fabian of Israel, Taducci Cassignon of France. Jusset of France there as well. De Valdez Alvar of Spain, World Championship silver medalist. A long way to go in this women's race as well. It's that 20-minute mark, just under for that first lap. So if you've just joined us here on the stream, a very good morning. Hope you're enjoying the coverage so far. Just one lap down of 6 here. Leg 1 of the European Aquatics Open Water Swimming Cup from Piombino, Italy, on a picture postcard. Saturday morning on the west coast of Tuscany. Just currently watching the leader of the women's race into their second lap of 6. Eri Abina of Japan leading the way. Just ahead of Lisa Po of Monaco. Men's and women's races, both on their second lap. We'll catch up with the men's competition shortly as well. It was Domenico Assarenza, hometown hero, was looking pretty strong in front. We go back to the men's race on their second lap, just making that turn at the far end. Still look like Assarenza in front. And again, the battle for second there. Olivier of France in that white cap. Hector Pardo in that yellow cap of Great Britain. The drone shot there of this men's race. Their second lap of 6. Not to race for in a huge season coming up, that's for sure. This first round in Piombino, and then take a break there for the European Aquatic Championships in Belgrade, Serbia next month. And round 2 will be in Barcelona in Spain at the end of June. One of the last major races before the Olympic Games in Paris, just on 70 days away. That's that men's open water race held in the River Seine on August 8, the women on August 9. And it's still pretty tightly bunched. Just very controlled, long, loping stroke. Assarenza. Just trying to get the positioning right as well. Assarenza experience, that's for sure. 29 years of age now. He's been around a long time. He's a racer, he loves to race. And it was an aggressive start. experience as well of Olivier, Frenchman in that white cap, sitting behind. Turns 28 next month, and said this next generation of youngsters. Pardo of Great Britain, just 23 years of age. And see a nice little crossover here at the bottom of the screen. The men's race. At the top of the screen, the women's race. Men heading back north, the women going down south on this second lap of 6. Again, those yellow arena cans, just guidance cans, so you can go on either side of those. Just trying to pick up your direct line. So those orange cans, that are the ones you have to go around. So a couple of these swimmers, back markers, trying to pick a different line. And sighting's just so crucial in open water swimming. You don't want to have to swim any further than you need to, especially at this level. Every mistake just gets magnified. Tactics so crucial as well. Drone here, great shots going through the pack. Plenty of Italians swimming together. Israel there, Czechia, another, France, Italy. Great battle for fourth at the moment. One of the swimmers has lost their cap. And our handlers remain out there on the platform in the sun. Men's race coming down for their second lap to complete. So who will take fluids here? You think the majority will take fluids here after lap 2. 1/3 of the way through the race. It's the matter of, you just know how frantic these 10-kilometre, that final lap will be, and then the tactics in coming into those final few hundred metres. And that's where that hydration really comes in handy. This distance race turns into a sprint finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, male swimmers are now coming back for the second time in the lagoon to complete the second lap of race. Quindi secondo rifornimento tra qualche istante. Ci servirà sempre l'aiuto del pubblico di Piombino.
We'll get a race update when they come through the timing as well. Still, Asarenza in front, Olivier, Pardo, your top 3. No real changes to that. Starting to stretch out a little bit now. Leaders with that pace, tightening the screws on the rest of the field.
Ed eccoci che ci avviciniamo alla chiusura del secondo giro di gara per il settore maschile. Atleti che stanno per andare a concludere.
Olivier here of France, pushing the pace once more. So make the turn here just in front. Assarenza and Pardo. And they all take fluids here. Let's see.
Sono circa 17 le nazioni rappresentate in questa gara.
Those two, Pardo's handler a little further along.
Hector Pardo, Great Britain, is the current leader of their 2 laps of
Pardo
race.
there having a good transition. Velli of France, Assarenza of Italy, Olivier there as well. Guidi, Wozniak. Just a few seconds separating those leaders.
Il secondo giro di gara, ecco, vedete il passaggio degli atleti sotto l'intermediate gate per chiudere la seconda parte di questa 10 km maschile.
So Pardo with a good transition. So to Wozniak of Poland. Kavakseres there of Hungary. Sachavelli of France having a good race as well. The men's after 2 laps. Again, striking away nicely. Hector Pardo. Gold cap takes up the lead again for Great Britain, 23-year-old. Assarenza, you see the number 8 for Italy. Sachavelli of France. Right there in 3rd spot as well at the moment. Very aggressive though. Pardo off the back of that turn at the 2nd lap. So on to their 3rd lap now. 6 laps in total. Just under 40 minutes into this race. Probably 2 that you thought would be at the front as well. And failed to disappoint at the moment. Pardo, bronze medalist at the World Championships in Doha. Assarenza was 7th. In Doha earlier this year, the World Championships. Really having a good race for France. Kavakseres of Hungary as well. Men's race starting to really spread out now in that 3rd lap, and women on their 2nd lap still. Tight here in this lead group. Not letting them get away, and still early stages. Not quite at the halfway mark yet. Looks like again, Massarenza, the Italian, just trying to push the pace a little bit. Retake that lead. Plenty of Italians in this men's field, 27 Italians in total. 1/3 of the entire men's field with Italian representation. Of course, no Gregorio Paltrineri today, though. Still be a big chance. Plenty of talent. Men's race, 42 minutes in. Women's race now starting to make their way back north here to complete their second lap in the women's competition. Piombino of Japan, really aggressive at the start. She's 22 years of age. So it was almost a top 10 finish at the World Championships in Doha in January. Ended up finishing 11th in that final, and yeah, let's see the ships in the background here. It's Piombino, the gateway to the islands of this Tuscan archipelago. It really is a beautiful part of the world and a great place to get out. European Aquatics Open Water Swimming Cup. 5-round series underway. It's round one. Fantastic conditions. So about to be 1/3 the way through the women's race. Completion of 2 laps, 6 laps in total.
Sempre l'aiuto della campionessa Martina Grimaldi, accompagnata anche dall'altra campionessa Arianna Bridi, che mi stanno aiutando con le prime 3 posizioni per gli aggiornamenti giro per giro.
See now that women's pack still very tight as they approach the end of this second lap. A group of 20 or so, pretty tightly bunched. Again, come around this orange turning can. I have the handlers here on the pontoon. Said 2/3 of the way through. So 1/3 of the way through. 2 laps down. 4 to go. Oh, all take on fluids here, you'd think. Some hydration. And we'll get a update as well on our leaders.
Suggeriranno le prime 3 posizioni per gli aggiornamenti. Grande sfida nel gruppo di testa.
Quick cup of hydration. So Cassie Knoll of France first through. Bina right there. Taducci of Italy. Sanchez Laura of Spain. Ryder of Germany. Poe of Poland. And Valdez Alvarez as well of Spain.
Position. Oceana Castigliol per la Francia, ricordiamo lei bronzo europeo nella 5 km nella rassegna di Budapest 2021.
So 2 laps down for the women.
In terza posizione l'italiana Ginevra Tandeucci, campionessa mondiale a Fukuoka con la staffetta 6 km nel quartetto azzurro.
Gilawanta of Israel having a good race as well. Pozobon of Italy. So, Ocean Cassigrol of France, 10th of the World Championships in January. And, Bina of Japan was 11th there, so both right up there in the world. It's a long way to go. So just 1/3 of the race down. 2 laps complete. 4 remaining. Back with the men's race, it looks like. Men's 10-kilometre event on there. 3rd lap now of 6. Over 47 minutes of racing. Starting to make their way to the halfway point. So near perfect conditions here in Piombino, Italy. We're enjoying the coverage of our first leg of this European Aquatics Open Water Cup. It's picturesque spring weather, sunshine temperature around 23 degrees, water temperature just over 19 degrees Celsius. Tyrrhenian Sea, just beautiful water temperature, and the Italians in home water looking good early on. And Domenico Acerenza, that black cap again for Italy, retakes the lead. Definitely that tempo is lifted in this 3rd lap. Sasha Velli of France has had a good race, so too Hector Pardo, Great Britain so far. So Italians have come good here. First and second. France right there as well. Acerenza still leads the way. It's that arena guidance can. They're making their way back north here. Finish their 3rd lap. Just been aggressive, Acerenza. Every time someone's made a threat to the lead, it's just done enough to retake it, keep pushing the pace. Just happy to wind it down a little bit when they go into the pit stops at the end of each lap. And make sure to get his fluids, and happy to build it back up again and retake the lead. So you can see them start to make their way back here, complete their third lap of 6. And really just looking to see how they feel here after 3 laps. It's only the halfway mark. Always got to leave a little bit in the tank for that final lap and the sprint finish as well. Acerenza's done a lot of work early. Let's see how that'll affect him as the race goes on. And just only a few seconds separating the top 10. Lovely shots as we look back to the pontoon. All the handlers are waiting there. The arrival of their swimmers. Give them some more hydration as they approach this halfway mark here in Piombino. Opening leg of our European Aquatics Open Water Swimming Cup for 2024. A 5-round series, which is set for a huge summer. Obviously with the European Aquatic Championships as well, along with the Olympic Games. So much to look forward to across the next few months for all aquatic lovers. So yeah, approaching here. Third lap, halfway mark. Look for some hydration here. Italians looking good. And so to the French. Halfway mark. 5 kilometres down. And we'll get a race update here as Lorenzo was right there in the lead. So to Velli of France. So yeah, no changes there. That's Lorenzo Velli. Sanzulo of Italy. Olivier of France right there as well. Filadelli of Italy, Guidi of Italy, and Roditi of Israel starting to make his move now also. Keep an eye on Matan Roditi. He's just 5 seconds back. A veteran in Schouten of the Netherlands. Renza, Sanzulo, Giovannini, Schouten. The experience of Marcel Schouten as well, of the Netherlands. Turns 31 next month. Been around a long time. bunched up once again. But Italy still pushing the pace through Domenico Acerenza. So too, Pascal Sanzulo. Had a good race so far too, Sanzulo. See Veli there of France as well, and so too Olivier of France. Italy and France having a good race in this men's competition. So probably the biggest mover in that third lap. Looked like Matan Roditi of Israel. Fourth place getter in Tokyo at the Olympics. Top 10 finish at last World Championships, last two World Championships as well. So confirmation in the top three at the moment. Acerenza and Sanzulo, two Italians in the black caps, leading the way. Verli there of France in the white cap closest to screen. So into their fourth lap now. Past the halfway mark. They're starting to spread out a little bit, taking different lines. You just see that aerial shot. A couple of different lines as they approach turning canning seat. Top of screen, men on their fourth lap, bottom of screen. Women's competition on their third lap. They're making their way down to the halfway point of their race. Cassignol of France leading alongside Piombino of Japan in this women's race. Just over 50 minutes into it. Race set to be around that 2-hour mark as we hone in on our leaders. Again. It's front of the women's race. The women hit the halfway mark. Italy looking good there as well. Race update shortly. Check in on them at the halfway. They go through their feeding. 3 laps down, 3 to go. And gorgeous shots here from Piombino as our men's and women's races are past the halfway now. Just absolutely stunning scenes here. The start of our European Aquatics Open Water Swimming Cup for 2024. Opening round. to our men's leaders making their way south again. Lap number 4. And looks like back to the women's race here. So near perfect conditions. We've greeted our swimmers this morning. Super Saturday from the west coast of Tuscany here. This picturesque, quiet coastal commune of Tuscany. Piombino. Amazing wine, amazing water. Women's race, 56 minute mark. This looks more like big pack coming towards the halfway mark. So this looks like the women's race coming to the halfway mark. So it was a men's pack before. Back Italy looking good again. Well, Italy in the top 2 spots. We'll go back France, Japan. Monaco, Spain right there as well. Germany too. So, Italy looking good in the women's and men's race at the halfway mark. Come through feeding here, just trying to stay out of trouble. So, Posabon of Italy, Cassignol of France, Valdez Alvarez of Spain in third, Taducci, Bina and Poe. So Posabon with a great third lap. Barbara Posabon. Rider there of Germany. Sabine Ryder. Tom Beck further back in the field at the moment. Keep an eye on that. Haven't seen much from Kuna of Brazil either. So just at the halfway mark. Plenty of the race to go. Back to the men's competition on their fourth lap of 6. 1 hour, 6 minutes now in the water. And still the Italians pushing the pace. Assarenza. Domenica Assarenza. Black cap looking good. Mario Senzulo as well, the veteran, 31 years of age, an Italian. 14th in this 10 kilometre at the Tokyo Olympics 3 years ago. The white cap of France there, Sasha Velli. Just a youngster, but having a fantastic race so far. (19 years of age. French teenager. Coming up here to complete 4 laps. And starting to scoot through, but Italy 1, 2, France in 3. A tight battle for third at the moment. France there, Italy, Spain. And the wind picking up, swell picking up just a little bit. Almost perfect conditions, and so you're going to lap a few competitors as well. You can see at the top of screen. Awesome drone shots just coming through this lead men's group here. Their 4th lap of 6. Again, really a carbon copy of what we've seen from the last few laps. From Assarenza, just happy to give up the lead when he comes around into the pit stop. Take some hydration, and then as the lap goes on, he takes the lead and pushes the pace again. Sanzulo, his Italian teammate, see right on his wash, and then right alongside him, Sasha Velli, the teenager from France. See confirmation there in front of the race. Those 3 again. So starting to come down here. 4th lap of 6 to be completed. First round of the European Aquatics Open Water Swimming Cup from Piombino, Italy. It's a gorgeous Saturday morning on the Tuscan coast. And the Italians trying to get it done.
As you can see, male swimmers are coming back to finish the fourth lap of race, come potete vedere. Gli atleti del settore maschile stanno tornando nuovamente verso il pontone per fare il quarto rifornimento in chiusura del quarto giro di gara. Current leader Domenico Acerenza, Italy, followed by Pasquale Sanzullo, Italy. Prime due posizioni, gli italiani Domenico Acerenza e Pasquale Sanzullo che vanno a effettuare in questo momento il rifornimento. Ci serve sempre
hydration, move on, 4 laps.
Con gli applausi per aiutare chiaramente questi campioni impegnati nella prima tappa della European Aquatics Open Water Cup 2024. Current leader Domenico Acerenza.
Officially, Acerenza goes through, just ahead of Veli.
Third place for Pasquale
Sanzullo. He changes to our top three. It's been that way for most of the race now. Olivier, French veteran.
Domenico Acerenza.
Close enough.
Sasha Velli della Francia, seguito da Pasquale Sanzullo.
Kovac Seres of Hungary.
Questa la top 4, sono tutti atleti molto vicini, quelli del gruppo di
Italians are lining up. Great battle here between Italy and France. And just the aggressor in Acerenza. Back to the front. Just dictates the pace. Stretches out. There's 2 laps remaining. Men's race. 2/3 of the way through. 40 minutes. Remaining, you'd think. The Italians are coming from everywhere now. Philadelphia. There as well. The pace is really ramped up. Look at this now. France throwing it down. So Veli here of France, a teenager. He's making his move on this 4th lap. Oh, a little backstroke. Check out where everyone is. There is no one. And this is where open water gets really exciting. It's when they start to pick their own lines and they had enough of the pack. Try to start to go to the pain cave. Really push it hard. Take the rest of the field out of their comfort zone. And so here's some of these back markers in the women's competition. Just being overtaken now. Men's leaders. every time Sashavelli asks the question. Monica Acerenza. Mario Senzullo, Italian pair with the answers. Again, those two black caps. Back to the front. Past that. Bringing a guidance buoy. Their way south here. Lap 5 of 6. Men's 10-kilometre race here, round 1. European Aquatics Open Water Swimming Cup from Piombino, Italy. So Hector Pardo of Great Britain, so that gold cap as well. This is the screen. Trying to make his way and his presence felt again. Just drifted a little bit in laps 3 and 4. This is what good open water swimmers do. Just buy their time. Start to come to the front when it matters most. Ono Kovac Ceres of Hungary. Good race as well. Has been thereabouts. 4th, 5th spot most of the race. Serving his energy. So to the veteran and Frenchman, Marc-Antoine Olivier. Pretty comfy at the moment. Also, uses his experience just to buy his time. Really start to see some fireworks in that final lap. Again, carbon copy. Well, the first 4 laps, this 5th lap really. Monica Acerenza. Happy to surrender the lead early in each of the laps, but then takes control. And pushing hard once again. 29-year-old. So consistent at the World Championships. 4th in Fukuoka last year, 7th in Doha in January. It's a nice long loping stroke, great rhythm. It's putting a bit of a pressure on the rest of the pack at the moment. Just try and ask a few questions. Very hard to shake. His Italian teammate in Mario Senzullo, and it looks like blue cap of France. And another veteran, Marc-Antoine Olivier, Rio Olympic bronze medalist. Starting to make his move as well. A few more of the swimmers on the back markers. This men's race coming through transition. Finish off their 4th lap. Well, time flies when you're having fun here. The European Aquatics Open Water Cup. Leg 1 from Piombino. Hope you've enjoyed the action so far. About to really heat up. Men on their 5th lap of 6. That's lead women's group. Won't be too far away. Finishing off their 4th lap.
Abbiamo anche la capitaneria di Porto, importantissima per la riuscita in sicurezza dell'evento. Intanto Massimo, parto da te, come stai? Come sta andando?
Bene, bene, il momento sta andando bene, scambio con i ragazzi, abbiamo in sicurezza, spero che possano esprimersi liberamente, esprimersi proprio
A few more of the back markers going through there. See the handlers in the foreground. Have had a very busy morning on the feeding pontoon. Excitement, nerves, all very electric here on the start of one of, if not the biggest summer we've ever seen in aquatics. There's a lot of Olympic trials action happening in the pool at the moment as well. And most of the open water Olympic qualifications all sorted. Now it's just a matter of getting that final block of training, race practice in preparations for the Paris Olympics. So this lead women's group, 1 hour 16 minutes into the race, coming up to complete their fourth lap of 6. And Italy were looking good in this as well. Barbara Pozzobon, veteran. 30 years of age. Really good. So to Celine Ryder of Germany. Lisa Poe has been consistent from Montenegro. Those first 3 laps. Hard to make out our leaders on this angle at the moment.
E poi chiaramente questo il mio cuore, visto che ha visto gli albori tecnici di questa disciplina, mi fa piacere che nel mondo venga sempre più apprezzata e venga apprezzata in questo caso.
Get much more of an idea shortly. And come down to complete lap number 4. Get 2/3 of the way through. Orange turning marker. Hydration with the handlers on the pontoon. And back to it for those final 2 laps. Kind of shared the lead around. It was an early lead for Japan through Area Bina. Saw Casignol of France take up the lead for a bit. Then was Pozzobon of Italy. De Valdez Alvarez hasn't been far off from Spain as well.
Noi ringraziamo naturalmente voi, grazie alla Capitaneria di Porto, a tutti gli operatori che sono in mare, grazie a Massimo Giuliani. Gli occhi vanno subito sul campo gara dove si conclude
Come through their pit stop here.
quarto giro di gara per il settore femminile.
Bina of Japan back in front. Casignol of France. Juise of France as well. Taducci of Italy. There's Alvarez and Poe of Monaco. Not too much of a change. Caroline Joisi, probably the biggest mover. Kuna of Brazil, the Olympic champion.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the female swimmers have finished the 4th lap of race. Lead, Airi Ebina, Japan, followed by Osaka Signol, France. 3rd place for Lisa, Monaco.
Beck of Germany, at the moment the world champ. Back in 18th spot. Keep an eye on her. So 2/3 of the race down for the women now as well. They're on their 5th lap of 6. 10-kilometre race. So we'll take a look south there again. So that lead women's group on that left-hand side of screen. Here in picturesque Piombino. A couple of swells, mostly from bigger ships out to sea, I think, more than anything. Again, back to the lead of the men's race, and still Acerenza looking comfortable. And this battle for second, intriguing one. Mario Senzulo, veteran, 31 next month, was 14th in the 10K, the Tokyo Olympics. And then alongside him, Olivier, 28-year-old, he said, bronze medalist, the Rio Olympics 8 years ago. And he's so consistent. Silver medalist at the World Championships in Doha earlier this year, was 6th in Tokyo. So some of our male leaders just lapping a few of the female swimmers through them, but a little bit of separation here from Acerenza. Just let's push the tempo a bit. Just trying to break the rest of the field. The men's race has made real light work of this 5th lap. Again, Acerenza pushing it hard and then happy to turn the speed down a little bit as they approach this transition for the last time. This has probably been the biggest lead of the race so far. A couple of body lengths now to the Italian, Nico Acerenza.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the male swimmers are coming back to the boat to complete the 5th lap of race. Eccoli gli atleti del settore maschile, li rivediamo verso il pontone dove stanno
Really tight for second spot. Senzulo, Olivier, Kovac Ceres.
Continua la conduzione dell'italiano Domenico Acerenza. Da qualche istante degli aggiornamenti, intanto nuovamente ci serve l'aiuto del pubblico di Piombino. Forti gli applausi per tutti gli atleti impegnati.
We're going to get a drink here.
10 chilometri, questa prima tappa che apre il tour del European Aquatics Open Water Cup. Ecco gli atleti che perdono il quinto rifornimento.
Acerenza stops for a drink. He's given up the lead ever so shortly from Velli. So Velli didn't stop for a drink there and goes for it. So Velli retakes the lead for France. Acerenza right there. Olivier of France as well. Filadelli of Italy. Casso of Italy. Dalu of Italy. Senzulo. And Roditi of Israel. Look at the Italians all lining up. So Filadelli as well. Robinson's had a good race for Great Britain. It's Italians everywhere, we said. Such a packed field. 27 Italians in the race. 1/3 of the men's field. represented here in home waters. And into their 6th and final lap. So the youngster in Sachavelli of France opting not to get or take a drink. That final pit stop, just tried to make a move there and get some separation. We'll see if that's worked for him. Sarenza trying to fight back. But no, it is the French teenager that is ripping right now, and this race is in the balance. Frenchman has had enough. And this would be huge. Ted, just 19 years of age. Has been thereabouts for most of the race and is up against a lot of experience in the likes of Sarenza and Sanzulo and his fellow Frenchman in Olivier. Big drone shots here of the course. But here we are, back to the lead of the men's 6th and final lap here. It's showtime now. This is where it's won and lost. And at the moment, Frenchman in Sachavelli, 19 years of age, the teenager, cutting loose. And France, what a 1-2 finish. So the experience and the youth. Marc-Antoine Olivier, turns 28 next month. He's right there, the Italian in Sarenza trying to hang on at the moment. So it's France 1 and 2, Italy in 3. And more Italians fighting it out as well. Philadelphia there.
Attenzione, abbiamo un ritiro. Alessio Sartoretto dell'Italia si è ritirato.
So his lead coming in now. Looks like the women's race. It's under 1 minute, 1 hour 30. On their 5th lap. 1 lap remaining after this. Starting to spread out a little bit now. Lovely shots here of this women's field. This turn down the far southern end of the course. Orange Boy, they'll make their way north for the second last time. You can see the top of screen. That's the lead group of the men's race on their 6th and final lap. We're at 10-kilometre distance race. Starts to turn into a sprint race.
Allora eccoci di nuovo in terrazza, sono con il coordinatore delle squadre nazionali di podo della Federazione Italiana Nuoto, Stefano
Still
Rubaudo,
white cap, Sacha Feli of France. Major leading the way. French teammate, Marc-Antoine Olivier in second spot. Domenico Assarenza of Italy in third. You just saw when they went around that transition for this final lap, Veli said, enough, now's my time to make my move. Didn't stop, take in any fluid, and hasn't looked back yet. Just interesting to see if that becomes a factor for the youngster in these final stages, especially final few hundred meters when really starts to put the head down and get into a sprint, but still a way away from that yet. Hasn't been able to shake off the fields. All in with a chance. Olivier has been smart. That blue cap sitting in second spot. Hasn't led much. Hasn't done too much work. You'd think on the scale of energy, Assarenza has been quite aggressive all day. He's expelled a lot of energy. Interested to see how much he has left in the tank. So no change to our lead three. It's France in 1 and 2. Belly in front. Olivier in second. Assarenza of Italy in third. And then got more Italians on the chase as well. Filadelli, Sanzulo. Right there.
Quali sono le cose più importanti da considerare per raggiungere la sostenibilità di un evento?
Allora, intanto sicuramente ci va l'impegno da parte dell'organizzazione.
See that rating has really stepped up here from Veli, trying to push the pace, push the tempo. Still a long way to go though on this final lap. So they make the turn here now for home. This is it. Final stretch in this men's 10-kilometre race. European Aquatics Open Water Cup. Leg one here from Piombino. And then make their way north for the final time. The journey that awaits them all the way to the finishing chute. There's plenty of back markers there as well. Again, Veli pushing hard, trying to break his teammate in Olivier. Assarenza desperate to hang on at the moment. You can feel it here though, the youngster. A huge upset, this 19-year-old. Get the victory here. Get his European Aquatics Open Water Cup off the best possible start. You can see that finishing chute there to the right-hand side of screen.
questo evento.
And the men's lead group well on their way. But first up, women's leaders as well. Making their way back here to complete their 5th lap. 1 hour 35 into the race. Barbara Pozzebon of Italy was looking good in that 4th lap. It was pretty tight. Taducci of Italy was right there. So to Caroline Jouisset of France.
Swimmers are coming back to the pontoon, to the last one feeding and finish the 5th lap of race. Come vedete, caro pubblico di Piombino, anche le atlete del settore femminile si stanno riavvicinando
No idea here.
in chiusura del quinto e ultimo rifornimento
Women's group
del quinto giro di gara. Siamo agli
coming down to
sgoccioli,
complete
il settore maschile
lap 5.
quasi all'ultima boa direzionale dell'ultimo giro. Tra qualche istante scopriremo il vincitore di questa 10 km e poi chiaramente anche il vincitore della 10 km, anzi la vincitrice della 10 km femminile, quindi rimanete con noi perché la gara entra sempre di più nel vivo.
So still a pretty tightly bunched lead group of about 10. Italy, Japan still there as well. Looks like Abina having a good race. It's been consistent all day long. Pozzebon of Italy still trying to be aggressive.
So ladies and gentlemen, as one feelings for the females swimmer.
They come here, go past their handlers for the final time, see if anyone takes on any fluids or looks like most of them are ignoring their handlers and just putting their head down.
Airi Ebina, Japan in the second current position, seconda posizione per la giapponese Airi Ebina, Caroline Jouis at the third position currently. Attualmente la francese Caroline Jouis in terza posizione e Ocean Cassignol nel gruppo di testa. Maria De Valdes Spagna.
So Taducci is taking it up here for Italy. So Taducci in front. Cassignol of France in second. Abina of Japan. Jouisset of France as well. Then back to Valdez Alvarez of Spain. Pozzebon of Italy. So for Taducci, what, 6th at the World Championships, 27-year-old was last year. So we'll keep an eye on that as they enter their last race. But here now, the lead. And the 2 Frenchmen cutting loose here in the men's 10-kilometre in the final stages, stroke for stroke. The youth and the experience. Closest to screen, Whitecap, Sachavelli of France, and then eyeballing right alongside him, Marc-Antoine Olivier. Turns 28 next month, and then Domenica Acerenza of Italy trying to hang on. These 3 are going to be tough to stop now from here. They're really pushing now, the 2 Frenchmen, stroke for stroke. They've blitzed the rest of the field, so it's going to be between these 3. Acerenza trying to find a way around, make one last charge for Italy. Goes past a few backmarkers here. At final stage, this men's 10-kilometre event here. League One of the European Aquatics Open Water Cup. What a grandstand finish we've got coming up. And here comes Asarenza around the outside. So we're going to get a race in 3 here to the finish. Bottom of the screen here, the blue cap. It's going to be Olivier in the middle, the white cap, the youngster of Veli of France, and then Asarenza in the black cap of Italy. They go again here. And now the experience of Olivier comes to the front, the blue cap of France. So Olivier hits the front. Asarenza tries to make a late charge as well. They're coming down the final stages. Asarenza coming again. Olivier there. Don't think Veli can get there. Italy and France. It's going to be tight. Asarenza coming home strong. The touch. Asarenza gets it. And the Italian in home water. What a final 100. He gets the big fist pump as well. What a finish. Domenico Asarenza with the victory here in the men's 10 kilometre by a fingernail. Looks like Marc-Antoine Olivier of France in second. And a brave effort by the teenager in Sacha Veli of France. Take third spot. My goodness, Asarenza. He was the aggressor. And he's going to be the winner here. Thumbs up. He's had a great season so far. First up winner in the World Cup in Egypt in March. Now he's a first up winner here as well. The European Aquatics Open Water Round 1. Super impressive. And we'll get a chat with him here very shortly. So really impressive. We'll bring it in here. Domenico, congratulations. You must be ecstatic with the victory. Very tough race. You were very aggressive the entire race.
Yeah, it's a very tough race. A very different race for me. I stay in front for race. So I try a different view for the race. I'm very happy.
You come here on home waters of Italy in front of home fans as well. It's a big year coming up, Olympic year. It's extra special, isn't it?
Yeah. Here is always a pleasure. The place is very, very beautiful. I'm very happy to do a race today here. And so this is the Olympic here. So this is the training. Good training for the race for the year.
Victory in the World Cup, victory here, European leg as well, and just more racing, more race practice, and then all eyes towards Paris.
I didn't expect very. I don't have expert, but I try to push every day, so it's okay.
Well, congratulations on your victory today. Well done. We wish you all the best for a huge summer coming up. Well done.
Thank you.
So, big victory. Very happy winner there as well. Domenico Asarenza of Italy. Just so impressive. He was aggressive every lap and thought maybe had he pushed it too hard. But no, always saved something for that finish. And just positioned himself beautifully around the outside of the two French teammates in Olivier and Veli. And was just awesome to see as more of our backmarkers coming through to finish off their race. Very impressive. And well, Asarenza, consistency is why he's so good. 29 years of age now. Was runner-up at the World Championships in Budapest back in 22. Then he was 4th in Fukuoka last year. 7th in Doha earlier this year. We said he took out that first World Cup race in Egypt back in March. And now comes here to the first round of the European Aquatics Open Water Cup and takes it in home waters. Piombino, home crowd loving it, and he has a big year coming up, that's for sure. But full credit as well to Marc-Antoine Olivier of France, the veteran. He turns 28 next month, and all eyes on France. And you get him in there as well with the 19-year-old, almost 10 years separating those two in Olivier and Sacha Velli. And French open water swimming for the men looking very strong towards Paris. I said the Olympics on in just 70 days' time. So that men's race complete, and now won't be too far away. We'll get a start. There's official results there. Asarenza taking it 1 hour 46:54. Just 0.05 ahead of Velli and Olivier. And then a whole host of Italians in the chase pack. Casso and Filadelli. So let's get back onto this women's race now in their final lap. And looks like the black cap from Ginevra Taducci, 27-year-old, pushing very hard. Super tight for second at the moment. Looks like Ocean Cassignol of France, right there in that blue cap, closest to screen.
Sto alla boa dove devono tornare, girano a destra e poi tornare indietro.
Posabon of Italy as well. Close, but on their final lap. What a finish it was in the men's race. Are we going to get a grandstand finish in the women's? We're about to find out. More of the men coming down to finish off their race. Again, if you're just joining us, we just missed the finish of the men's event here in Leg 1, the European Aquatics Open Water Cup. And it was a victory in home waters to the Italian in Domenico Asarenza. Beautiful sprint finish over the final 50 metres in the chute. Take the victory over the experience of Frenchman in Marc-Antoine Olivier. And third place on the podium was French teenager, a 19-year-old in Sacha Velli. Now the women's race on their sixth and final lap. Making the turn down that far southern end. Said Ginevra Taducci, sixth at the World Championships in Fukuoka last year, the Italian, and wouldn't Italy love to get victories in the men's and women's races here today in home waters to start off this European Aquatics Open Water Cup series for the summer. 5 rounds in total. First here in Piombino today, then take a break. European Aquatic Championships coming up in Belgrade in just under a month's time. It's such a huge program coming up. Round 2 in Barcelona at the end of June. And we take a break for the Paris Olympics. So coming up in 70 days' time. And then back on for our final 3 rounds of competition in North Macedonia, Serbia and Croatia in August and September. Women now in this final straight to finish off their race. Last lap. Still that field is tight. And Taducci, looks like for Italy, just being aggressive off the front. Trying to break the rest of the pack up. So let's see if we can get closer shortly. See if we can make out some of those chases as well. Italy still looking good at this stage in front. A little bit wide at the moment. Might want to straighten up a little bit here. Started to course correct now. Looks like Cassignol and Jouisse of France swimming strongly as well. Said De Valdez Alvarez of Spain.
Okay.
Close also. Still Italy. Striking away strongly here, and just gets the sense that those final laps so the Italian trying to make the most of it here. Spain and France with a final push. Second Italian trying to hang on as well. Taducci at the moment looks like looking powerful. Don't think the rest can get there. Still a fair way to go in this women's race. And we saw, if you've got the energy left, what a difference it can make. Masarenza had some work to do in the men's race in those final few hundred meters. Looks like Poe still there from Monaco, 4th, 5th spot. Spread out a little bit, trying to do their own work here, find their own line. Well, it's got 2 different lines as they're starting to get closer to this finish mark. Can she hang on? Ginevra Taducci of Italy. Still starting to bring in the kick a lot more as well. And the pace has really stretched them out a little bit now. Great battle. De Valdez Alvarez of Spain. Up alongside her. Get a closer look as well. Look at this stroke for stroke. Oh, they come together again. Big clash at the front. Spain, Italy, Japan looks there. Abini as well. So Martinez Gulen there of Spain having a big go. Oh, Spaniard down there as well. So France coming through as they see the shoot there. Monaco as well. So Poe right there. So Juisse of France. Martinez Gulen there of Spain, trying to break away now. Coming down the final stages, and it looks like it will be Spain coming down. What a final coming through the chute. Angela Martinez Gulen, it looks like will come down to take this out for Spain. Stop the clock. Spain gets it tight. Italy second, France third. So wait for those official results. So huge, huge win there. Angela Martinez Gulen. Of Spain. Brilliant final lap. And we'll have a chat to her very shortly as well. Plenty of love, thumbs up.
Ok, basta, basta. Mi senti, va bene. Tu hai due KGP.
I had to do a like progressive race, and I did it.
And then talk us through that final 100 meters. Big finish, lots of arms and legs. When did you know you had it? When did you know you had it won?
The final was crazy, a lot of people, but the other girl was crazy.
Congratulations, big victory here in the European Cup first leg. Well done.
Thank you.
So huge victory there for Spain. What a win. Angela Martinez Gulen, just 20 years of age. Big victory and big upset for the youngster in that women's European Aquatics Open Water Cup for our first round here in Piombino. Elite women's competitors coming down there. We'll get those official results back up on the screen shortly as well. It was super tight for those minor placings. France and Italy right in there. Just pristine conditions. And some impressive swimming to start us off here in Italy. And here we go for the recap. That men's 10-kilometre event was Domenico Acerenza of Italy with the victory. Giving second place there to Sachavelli of France, the teenager, ahead of Marc-Antoine Olivier. Well, see if we can get that back up shortly. Those official results. And more of our elite women's competitors. Just talking to their coaches at the end of their race. European Aquatics Open Water Swimming Cup in North Macedonia in late August, and then in Belgrade, Serbia in September, and Razanac, Croatia. Fifth and final round in September as well. So it's such a big summer coming our way, especially highlighted by the Olympic Games. The countdown is on. Don't forget to go to the European Aquatics website for all the official results, news, reviews, calendar. As I said, once we get those official results here very shortly on that women's race, we'll put them up on the screen, but just waiting for the all clear. While we're waiting for the women's, we might take you back through the men's results as well to start us off. And wow, fantastic sprint finish for the men's competition. Came right down to the final touch, and it was the Italian and the experience of Domenico Acerenza taking the victory. 1 hour 46, 54.1. This one, 5-1s ahead of Sachavelli. And Marc-Antoine Olivier was right there for France, and then big host of Italians Vincenzo Casso, Andrea Filadelli, Matan Roditi of Israel, and then more Italians in there, including Senzulo. That's on the second page there. Schreiber of Switzerland at 11th spot. Robinson. Pardo was there early on for Great Britain, ended in 16th spot. Minamade, Japanese visitor there with a top 20 finish. Flowing down there to Kusch of Germany. Our top 30. Ended up having 81 starters in that men's race. Huge numbers. As I said, for the women's race, Angela Martinez Gullin of Spain, the 20-year-olds. Big final lap. And set herself up. And a lovely sprint finish for the win. We'll get those official women's results to you shortly. Before we wrap up here from Piombino. Again, just super excited for what's to come here. No doubt all aquatic fans getting pumped up for what could and is shaping as the biggest summer on record. So much racing going on. We said a lot of Olympic trials going on at the moment in the pool. Got Canadian Olympic trials happening right now. Some big swims there. Summer McIntosh lowering her own world record, 400 individual medley, and not be too far away. A couple of weeks' time, it's all happening. We've got the European Aquatic Championships in Belgrade, open water and pool swimming as well. All the disciplines, water polo, diving, artistic swimming. And, of course, Olympic trials going on in Australia. Also, Olympic trials in the United States. And, of course, our Open Water Swimming Cup will continue at the end of next month in Barcelona. And then all eyes will turn in 70 days' time to the City of Love, Paris, for the Olympic Games. And again, that men's 10-kilometre open water event on August 8, the women's on August 9, and in the River Seine. I'm looking forward to seeing how that shapes out, and excitement draws ever nearer. So just still awaiting those official results from the women's competition. Got some very tight finish. Still just looking at the referee's clearance, but unofficially. Still Martinez Gullin of Spain. But we'll await the official results. As soon as we get them, we'll let you know. I said near perfect conditions today. Couldn't ask for anything more for a start. Yeah, in the first leg of 5. European Aquatics Open Water Swimming Cup. And it's such a favourite for swimmers and coaches and fans alike. Just this picturesque spot here in Piombino. Beautiful weather, great water temperature here, Mediterranean Sea, and anytime you get to come to Tuscany, Why not? It's a brilliant venue. And good to see a team here from Ireland as well. Just getting started really in open water. But we've seen what Swimming Ireland has done in recent years, especially in the pool on the back of performances of distance freestyler in Daniel Whiffen. Very exciting times to be a part of swimming in Ireland. Man. Close to screen there as well. Monaco. Lisa Poe had a great race. Good to see her. All smiles. Like another top 10 finish for her today. So she'll be happy with that effort. Off the back of, 9th place at the World Championships in Doha earlier this year. So her year is shaping up well. And a few more back markers coming down to finish off their race for the day. Just awaiting the official results of that women's race. And the presentations coming up later as well. And don't forget to check in on the European Aquatics website for all the latest news, reviews, and results. They come to hand. It's such a big year coming up for European Aquatics. It's just over 3 weeks away at European Aquatic Championships in Belgrade in Serbia. And good to see some big, strong fields. Starting to line up for one last hit out before the Olympic Games. Plenty of action in the open water. There'll be plenty of action in the pool as well. Not to be missed. And here we see official results now from this women's 10-kilometre event. Angela Martinez-Guillén of Spain takes it. It's the head of Ginevra Taducci of Italy and Caroline Ruisse of France. Big final lap from the Olympic champion and Marcelo Cunha of Brazil in 4th spot. Said Lisa Poe there of Monaco. 5th today. Delacroix of France. Cassignon also of France. De Valdez Alvarez, silver medalist from the World Championships there with a top 10 finish also. So I hope you've enjoyed the coverage today from leg 1 of the European Aquatics Open Water Cup here from Piombino, Italy. And we hope you can join us for the rest of the summer. Of course, next up, the European Aquatic Championships in Belgrade, Serbia. Coming up in mid-June. Make sure you check the calendar for all the details. And our second round of this European Aquatics Open Water Swimming Cup will continue in Barcelona, Spain, in late June. So on behalf of the entire European Aquatics team, I hope you enjoyed the coverage here from Piombino. Until next time, I'm Kurt Hansen. Thank you and good morning.